before you wake up, the car is gone in the morning.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
can send you a news station, CP24 handle on Instagram. You see a lot of news like every day. And sometimes when they catch them, the cars are going to Nigeria.
The cars are good. That's why somebody told me, warned me.
Yeah.
He said, never
CBC
buy
market.
a Canadian car in Nigeria.
It's true. It's true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
This whole security idea that abroad is so safe, what do you feel about it?
I can say relatively. It's safe. Depends on the area you have.
What area do you live?
I live in Brampton. Yeah. So.
But is your area safe?
To an extent, yes. To an extent, yes. Because I've been here for Brampton about maybe 5 years now. I never had one issue. Like there was no attack, there was nothing. Even my package from in front of my house has never been stolen. So I'm good. So it depends.
All right, Victor is here. Victor, what part of the world are you joining us from? Please share your experience.
Okay, I live in Canada.
I live in
Toronto. And
Toronto.
I also work with the Toronto Transit. You know, so that's like the city.
Explain what that is.
Okay, I work with the municipality of Toronto, like the Toronto Transit Commission. We are in charge of all the transit operations from train, ranging from train, boxes, all transportations around.
Okay, Toronto. Fantastic then. So share your experience with us.
Okay, like what Madam was talking about, Madam lives in Brampton, and I live in Ajax, the east side of the city. Most of the crimes that are committed, like ranging from the stabbings, shooting, and all. It's not just the people that she mentioned. It is a gang-related thing, one. And secondly, you know, crime rate is on the rise simply because, you know, the world has changed today because there is this hardship all over the country. I sent you, DF, I sent you a video of how a car was stolen in Lexus, if you could remember.
Yes, I remember.
You saw how they stole that Lexus.
They just parked one car in front of it.
Yeah, because
one guy came down, coded the key.
In 90 seconds. Because the reason why I sent you that video, I also sent it to my wife too, because she drives a brand new vehicle and she does not believe, because there was a time we were advised by the police to all get a steering lock. Because this brand new vehicle, because this brand new vehicle, the way they steal it, like I have we live in a single family house, a detached family house. So my wife takes her car to the garage. I park outside most of the times, and I use two vehicles. Because if you want to steal my vehicle, you can steal it, no problem. So what I'm trying to say is that the crime rate is on the rise, not simply because of these people that Madam just mentioned. It's simply because all over the world, Canada here, there are shootings every day, there are stabbings every day. Some of these guys, like the one that happened in one of our train stations, the guy was actually on bail in one of the northern cities in our province. He left, he jumped in, he came to our station, he came to our subway. These homeless people, he came to our subway. And he just stabbed a boy of 16 years old to death with a knife. The good thing about
let's not use the D word. Let's just say he passed on.
Sorry, yeah, he just pierced, you know, the guy with an object. The good thing about here is that crime are committed, we know, but there is accountability. You will be caught, and there will be consequences. Unlike in Nigeria, whereby people could, like what you were just saying, like what happened to these apostle. And now you are bringing out one person, and it took almost a year and a half. It's not like that. There are cameras everywhere. The police are well equipped. The police are well funded. They have the resources to unravel any crime, and they will definitely catch you. When we are saying security here at DF, it is not as if are not committed, or people aren't stealing, or people aren't shooting, or people aren't doing or committing all sorts of crime. But the good thing is that you must be caught. Let me also tell you, dear, what is on the rise now, because I've been to most of supermarkets and all. this issue of stealing of groceries. We used to have places in our grocery shop here. We call it self-checkout. When you buy groceries, you don't need to go to the cashier and queue. You just go there.
In the UK too.
Exactly.
You don't go and
now here in Canada, especially in Greater Toronto area, because we call areas around Toronto, Greater Toronto areas. Now, stealing is on the rise simply because of the price of grocery. Grocery is unaffordable. Grocery is unaffordable now. It's going up.
Wow.
It's jumping up because of the high
Very
inflation.
expensive.
So
very, very expensive.
I disagree with Mama a little when he said it is those people that they are bringing into
But they are gone.
that are undocumented. No, most of those shootings that are even recorded in what you said, Etobicoke, Sabo, and all, there are kids that were born here. Some of them from single parents. Some of them from single parents.
Yeah. Did you remember what happened a few days ago? A woman that was working with a child.
Of course, I know.
The woman died.
Yes, of course, I know.
Like, just like that pill. That's it.
Yes, I know. So it is not those people that they are bringing per se. No, it is children that are here that were born and bred here. So it's not just those ones at all. It's not just those refugees at all. There are people here who have had criminal record. There are some because here people are the laws is very liberal. You cannot see a homeless here and say simply because in a home, even in our subway, I'm a mechanic. When we want to fix, when the train is closed and we want to go down and go fix the track, there are sometimes we have to call in the control to call in the police to come get those people out of the station because we cannot be working on track level where there are still people who are taking refuge in the station who are homeless. So we get the police, we get the cops. They come sometimes, talk to them politely and get them out of the station. Then we close the station so that we could walk. So it is not. I don't agree that it is those people that are just coming here to come seek asylum, looking for a way to fend for themselves. In most cases, it is people that have been here and they are even on socials from government. They collect money from government. It's not as if they don't collect. They get money. The fact that they are homeless does not mean that they don't get funding from government. They do. They are benefits, but they choose to use their own to take powder and all kinds of substance rather than making their life meaningful. So it's their choice. That's how it works here in Toronto. I don't know about people who live in North and other provinces.
Let's talk about the car theft. They say up to 500 cars are stolen a day in Canada. Are those statistics correct?
Yes. It's even more than. Let me tell you this.
I will send you CBC marketplace.
Before I left Nigeria, year 2008, 2009, I've been buying cars from Nigeria while I was in Nigeria then, from America and bringing them to Nigeria. I'll sell, go to back America again. So even as I'm in Canada now, I still do it. There are some people, right? That not everything is good to say online. In order for them to have low insurance premium, I could be living here, and if I buy my car, and if I want to register it, I will tell them that I live in Ottawa because the cost of getting an insurance in Ottawa is cheap. If I want to use Ottawa address, that is getting an insurance for my car. And if, for instance, something happened tomorrow and that car is stolen from my driveway, and I live in Toronto and I'm claiming that I live in Ottawa, I cannot go to my insurance and file for claim that they will replace it. That car is gone. So if people that are under that kind of circumstances, if they steal their car, you cannot ask for a refund from an insurance because you claim to have been living in a place where you don't live and where the incident happened in your driveway because you have to get a police extract and everything to make a claim and all. It will be hard for you to file, for a claim for the replacement of that vehicle. People steal cars like there is one. I will send you another video. This guy came to it's not just far from us from here, around Pickering here. This guy came to steal that truck. It was a truck this time because trucks even sell for more than those cars because they ship the truck to the Middle East. Those Ram trucks, like the one I use in my office and all that. They sell those trucks in the Middle East. They are more in use there. There are more demand for it there. This guy came to steal the truck after he had programmed this truck successfully and all. There was a steering lock on it. He was frustrated and he sat at the driveway and he didn't leave. A thief who came to steal the truck. I will send the video to you. He sat there frustrated that the steering was locked. There was a steering lock. He didn't leave and the engine was running until the owner came and called the police and the police came to pick him up. Because the owner cannot come out. If you come out, you go and fight him, and you broke his hand. If we sue you and say, oh, I know I came to your house to steal, and I couldn't steal your driveway to steal your car, I couldn't get your car. But when you fought me, you broke my hand. And that my arm, I can't work for the rest of my life. So, dear, you will be paying that person.
Because they pay thief money. Thief when they don't put tire for a neck for Nigeria.
No, you can't.
When they don't forget
that is why Nigeria is not good. You can't do that here. So he sat down frustrated that he couldn't go with the truck, the Ram truck. He sat down in that driveway. The owner was looking at him from inside through his camera. So he called the police. So that is why they tell you here, don't get involved. Call the cops. Because if you get involved and the guy is injured, he's coming to you to file claim. You will be responsible. If you break his head, they know they say, but you are better just by him. Because if you fight with him and you broke his leg, after they deal with all those criminal charges, sure coming to meet you and say, you broke my leg. I cannot work for the rest of my life with my leg. I live to be living on your insurance now to make a living. That's how the law works here.
Let the car owners breathe.
Yeah. They must chop. It's up to them.
So I want to ask you something, my sister, and Victor too. Do you feel safe in Canada? To be very honest,
I do.
You want me to go open my door now? Make you see how we do our area.
So as long as you still feel safe, because in Nigeria, if you build house, you don't put burglary proof.
My house in Nigeria. Not the gate man, everything. Then also, let me also quickly tell you this, please. Let me add this to it. When you were talking about infrastructure, you were talking about healthcare and all. I know of a billionaire. I'm from Benin. This one is verifiable. I know of a billionaire in Benin. Dear, maybe you may have heard the name many years back. Who died? He drove himself to our federal hospital when he was having episode of high blood pressure. He went to the hospital himself. That day was a Sunday. The man used to be like a father to me back then while I was in the University of Benin in the 1990, 1998, 1999, 2000. The man drove himself there. If it was here, I'm not saying people don't die here. People who die is here, either die of accident, by means of accident, or they have terminal disease, and they've been given time that this is how your life duration is going to be. But this man walked himself, drove himself on his Mercedes coupe, a dead bay motors. The man had dealership in Toyota then. In West Africa back then, he was among the top 3 dealership, just like those Elizabeth Motor in Toyota. The man walked into UBTH hospital by himself. The man had high blood pressure. May his soul rest in perfect peace. He went to UBTH. He laid down that Sunday, and the man didn't come back. They couldn't resuscitate him. If it was here, I swear to God, something would be done. The man could blame. There is the chances of him being alive if it was here. So that is why it is risky. We know that there are billionaires in Nigeria. Sometimes it is risky when those crises come. They just pass like people. Let me not put them in a place that will look like as if I'm discriminating. They'll just smile like people who don't even have means, to help themselves out. That man just passed away like that. High blood pressure. So what we are saying is that, but yet you have people like Rick Ross who had seizure for days. They were able to resuscitate him back. Someone like Rick Ross, was it not last year or last 2 years? 4 days. If it was here, he would have been pronounced dead. And before you know, they will go put him for freezer and all that things. But that man just passed like that. So if it was here, I believe something would have been done. So that is the risk. So not everything, you understand, even when you have the money to a billionaire in Nigeria and all, not everything you can have access to. That is why you have people like our president and all coming overseas for medicals. Because if it is not here, you can't compare it to. That's my humble opinion.
All right, we've got DJ Bongo Lee up in the building. Bongo.
Good day, everyone.
No, let me leave now. I gotta go to work. I'll join you.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, Victor. God bless you.
Have a safe day at work, sir. Have a safe day at work, sir.
Have a great day. All right, Bongo.
Yeah. Daddy, please.
Day, brother?
So, I'm doing very well. Thank you, my sister. Good day, everyone. Why I joined was because of the car issue you were talking about, the Canada car talk. Because I was trying to explain from a chemistry standpoint why there was rust, there is rust. So that's why I was typing. Because you have to look at salt water coming in contact with carbon steel in the presence of oxygen. So that by itself will cause the car to rust with time. So that's why you see those Canadian cars, you know, corroding. Actually, the right word is corroding with time. So that's why I joined you. But I knew that you were talking about the quality of life in the Western world and the quality of life. Yes, someone said brine. Yes, sir. Brine is salt and water. That is what called brine, and brine is used as is used for cooling in chillers. That is in the industry, in the manufacturing world. So you use that in chillers to cool and all of that stuff, for separation and for condensing and all of that stuff. So back to the quality of life, Daddy Freeze. In all honesty, when we talk about quality of life, the Western world is better than Nigeria. We know that. I don't think that is the point you are trying to make, because already from the life expectancy, Nigeria's life expectancy is 54, while these places we compare Nigeria to is what's it called? They are about 70-something years of age, and then you ask yourself, why are these places better? One thing that will make this place better is because they pay their taxes. Nigerians don't like to pay taxes, and they control their childbearing. They don't just bear children, because in the abroad, birthing children is expensive. I mean, caring for a child is expensive. So you dare not have 3 or 4 or 5 children in the abroad. You dare not. You just have
some people do.
If they do this, their pockets now.
It's not common.
What did you say? You said what? What did you say, man?
It's not common. Like, it's not like Nigeria.
Not common, exactly. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you know, even in China, look at, do you know what's going on in China right now? Chinese people, they don't want to even have children. After they had the boom, China has it. Because what is happening is that manufacturing is moving from China to India. Because you know, India is the most populated now in the world. China is no longer the most populated country in the world. And we are now praying to, because I'm seeing something in the news, so they were talking about, is this Singapore, Indonesia? That Singapore, Indonesia will be the next big thing, because they have a young population. When I was looking at the financial report, I was like, God, let us be speaking Nigeria. I beg you. Let us be speaking Nigeria. I beg you. Because now, the Singaporeans or Indonesians, this thing, they lobby these things. And they put it on this financial news and all of that stuff. So investors are seeing it and watching it. And investors will begin to look at Singapore or Indonesia. I've forgotten one of the two of them that they said that's where they might be moving to now. Because they have a young... Nigeria has a young population. And having a young population, we are good for labor. Because our population is not as skilled. So what are the investors going to bring to the table? And the investors are going to say, okay, we are going to bring this and that. Okay, we need a little bit of skilled labor. Then we need a little bit of the subject matter experts. And then we need the manual labor. Nigeria has the manual labor. So I would implore the current government right now, start investing in that, to start promoting that we have a young... I know they are doing that already, but I want it to even be more. So start saying that you have a young population, because this is what is going to happen that it is in Nigeria. Moving forward, once things begin to get better in Nigeria, people will stop having children as much as they have now. Because it's going to get more expensive. I saw that if you're talking about Germany, for example, can we pay the taxes in Germany? In the US, for example, the average salary for doctors, medical doctors, is 313,000 US dollars. Average salary for a medical doctor is 313,000. Do you know what the average salary for a medical doctor in Germany is? Is about 100,000 euros. It's about 100,000 euros. Yes. In the UK, the average salary of a doctor is 100,000 pounds. That's about 130. It's $1 because £1 is $1.30 now. It's about $130,000 in the UK. So if you look at all of these things, so the more in China, for example, as they are having more children, as they are growing in their, as they are getting wealthier, people are getting more educated in the urban areas, then their population is reducing because things will naturally get expensive. Because the more salaries increase, the more things go expensive because of inflation. So for people that are also saying that they should increase, what do they call it? Minimum wage. Yes, minimum wage has to be increased in Nigeria. However, let us bear all the factors in mind because private sector has to be carried along also. Can you pay private sector 120,000 naira per month? Can you pay your driver that?
Hold on. If you pay, let me cut you there, Bongoli. I've never believed in increasing minimum wage.
Why?
For the exact reasons you said. The private sector, which is the most productive sector, suffers. Now, no. The government sector is a non-productive sector to a large degree.
For the most part.
To a large degree. So now, when the government increases minimum wage and they pay civil servants a higher wage, where is the government going to get that money from? I believe more than instead of minimum wage increase, I believe the government should bring food prices down. I believe government should make food available, like the move Tinubu made to open the borders so rice importation can come in, even though that would affect our production in a negative way. I believe that will make little things like cutting the custom on cars. So cars get hold on. If you make things cheaper for the people, then you don't need to increase their wage. Because what you do is when you increase their wage, here's what happens. When you increase the wage of the civil servants and then you force the private sector to go into that. Imagine I'm hiring the two of you and I'm paying you 40,000 naira. Instead of hiring two of you, I'll hire only one person, and that person will do two people's work and collect two people's salary.
Very correct.
Instead of me paying 160,000, I'll rather just pay you, Bongoli, 80,000, sack her, so she goes back into the employment market.
Unemployment will increase.
It's not like there's work in the civil service. Civil service now still man, no man. No, they tell ourselves true. So when you increase minimum wage, I may be wrong, I'm not an economist, but just from the way I'm looking at things and trying to figure things out.
You are right, Daddy Freeze. You are right, Daddy Freeze. You know something? Daddy Freeze, you just said something now, and a lot of people do not even know that the president of Nigeria just made a move today, and he put a state of emergency on food insecurity. So all of these things that you are saying, yes, he did it today. And according to our constitution, I've forgotten where it is, 300 and something, I've forgotten what it is, I've forgotten it exactly. A president has the right to declare a state of emergency on a state. Sorry for bringing NSAS into this, because that's what we'll have done during NSAS time. And we in Lagos that are complaining, they'll have put soldiers there. There will be no governor. Or maybe put it on a certain sector or entity in Nigeria. So now they are looking at giving farmers more seeds, more fertilizers. They said we have available over 500,000 hectares of land, arable land, that can be tilled.
They need security first, because most of them cannot.
They need that one now. No, that's part of the food security we are talking about. Because one thing you need to understand is the dynamics of the insecurity in Nigeria. In the northeast, for example, that is Borno, Yobe, Bauchi, Gombe, Taraba, and Adamawa states. They are fighting insurgency there. In Northwest, that is Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Jigawa, Kebbi, Zamfara, and Sokoto, they are fighting the bandits. In North Central, that is Niger, Kogi, FCT, Nasarawa, Benue, and Jos, they are fighting elders, farmers incidents, clashes. In Southeast, the 5 states in the Southeast, someone is saying, yeah, Mistabs, Daddy, please. You see this Mistabs? During election time, she was harassing me. No, it's all love. It's all love. She was sending me messages when they were doing LUP up and down. I remember her now. She did not let me rest. I've been laughing at her since then. I love you, Mistabs. I love all of you. All of you, I love all of you. So that's what I was saying. You need to understand the dynamics. In Southeast, for example, we have secession issues going on. In South and Southwest, we have kidnapping and all of that stuff. So you need to understand the dynamics. We need to bring back the traditional way of solving problems in Nigeria, for example. Like our system is kings and all of those things and monarchs getting in and solving these problems. A lot of people are saying, put infrastructure first. How much, okay, Daddy Freeze, I want to ask a trivial question here. A trivial question to everyone here. Guys, how much does it cost to build a kilometer of road in Nigeria today? Averagely, 1 kilometer of road.
How
Please,
much?
I want people to put it there. No, I'm asking everyone, over 650 people here. How much does it cost in Nigeria averagely today to build a kilometer of road? I'm not talking of drainage.
People are saying 1 billion. From what?
No. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is about 1 billion if you do the math per kilometer. Actually, averagely today is 400 million naira at least to build. Yes, it's 400 million naira at least to build a kilometer of road. Someone said 500 million, 400 million, 500 million to build a kilometer of road. The federal government alone has about 35,000 kilometers of road. 36,000. 34,000 is a state government. Why about 140,000 is local government? How much is local government allocation? So when people come out and say all these things are very expensive. These things are very expensive. You cannot just wake up. You people that are talking, can you build your house in one day? The house that you are building in the village, or you are building in Lagos, or you are building in Abuja, wherever you are building it, or you are building in Enugu. That's what I'm saying. So we need to take things easy, small. The federal government has already said, you know what, we are declaring a state of emergency on food. Because Daddy Free said something, yes, bring down cost on importation of goods and services, of cars, for example, of cars, for example, which they have done, they suspended it. What has made it go up is because they floated the naira.
Yeah.
That's what is making all these things go up. They have not increased anything. It's floating of the naira. I say, you know what? A lot of people don't understand the meaning of floating of the naira. Floating of the naira simply means CBN is saying we are not going to be throwing money the way we used to throw money into the markets anymore. We are not going to do that anymore. So we need to just take it easy. The government has not even spent up to 50 days, and we're asking for their head. What is it now? We want a better country, yes. That's what everyone is striving for, yes. We want it. We want to come back home in a safe place, yes. But we all have to do these things collectively. A lot of people say there's poverty, there's insecurity. Have you held your governors accountable? Have you held your local governments accountable? Have you held your senators or your House of Reps accountable? Have you held them accountable before you jump to president? We should take it easy, I beg you. Daddy Freeze. And lastly, I want to clear something. I've been seeing something online. I've been seeing a lot of people tagging me and everything that I said that Nigerians are poor. I don't even use the lingua poor. You can go and watch me on any whatever. I don't say use the word poor. What I said on that day when I came on your program was low income, middle income, and high income, or low class, middle class, and high class. I never ever said Nigerians abroad are poor. The highest I would have said is that we are using credits. Credit.
Advice.
It's a fact. most of us in the abroad are using credits. It's the 1% that are not using, even the 1% who are using credit to buy some few things here and there. That's all I said. And I saw a lot of things. I saw people attacking Daddy Freeze. I was tagging Daddy Freeze. What is it? Daddy Freeze is not even saying that Nigerians abroad are poor. That's not what he's saying. He's saying if you are okay in Nigeria, there's no reason for you to go abroad. People in Nigeria are even more successful than people in Nigeria. A lot of people in Nigeria are more successful than the people abroad. Why? Because the people in Nigeria can pay for things in cash. In abroad that we are in today, that we are speaking, most of us are one paycheck away from poverty. In this abroad we are in, most of us are one health issue away from severe poverty in America. Let anybody come on this live and challenge me. If you don't collect your paycheck on Friday, this Friday that I'm going to pay on next week Friday, if you don't collect that paycheck, tell me how your house will balance. Tell me how your house will balance in the abroad. Let them come up. Okay. A lot of them will come up and say government is, a lot of them will come up and say government is giving us this benefit, that benefit. Fortunately, during that COVID time, I didn't collect anything from the government. I didn't collect anything from the US government because they look at your pay, whatever. It's by your tax bracket. We call it tax bracket here. All of people that are coming and saying government is paying this, paying that, that is they are collecting benefits.
Who are the people collecting benefits? Benefit that cannot even feed you for 1 week. Why would you rely on benefits? Like, why? You want to leave?
No, but that is what they come and say under the Freeze program now. Is that not what they say with that the Freeze? Is that what they say here?
Do they give people money freely? Like, people here, they don't give anything free. Like, it's not free. It's not free. Some people are paying for these things. Some people, higher income people are the one paying for all these things. They are the one paying. They are the one. It's not free. And how much will they give you? You have 4 kids. How much will they give you? How much? That with everything that is so expensive, everything is so expensive. How much will they give you that you want to rely on? It's not enough. It is never
Daddy
enough.
Freeze. My sister, I want to say, at least you people should listen to me again before you people misquote me. I did not say everybody in abroad that are from Nigeria on benefit too. I did not say that too. I did not say
anyway.
No, they're already typing already.
Let's leave this conversation because it can get very sensitive and.
No, Daddy, please, they are putting in the comment section. I did not say that too. That's not what I said though.
Let's use this as an opportunity to end the conversation because the last time we went there, everywhere scattered. So
they told the Daddy, please, they put my name inside now. I just wanted to clear my name.
So what I'm saying is no.
That's not what I said. You see, Pastor Ken said I said it. You see, Pastor Ken, Alabosi ni Pastor Ken, Alabosi. If you understand Yoruba, if you don't understand Yoruba, tell somebody to tell you the meaning of what Bongoli said. You are an Alabosi. Pastor Ken, and you call yourself a pastor.
Don't learn lesson. No be about learn lesson. Now about mutual respect. Because if you allow all these narratives to thrive, the fact that I don't want to say where I agree or where I don't agree, because the polity will get agitated. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's not everybody that has the mind to
understand,
take the truth or to have certain conversations. So as not to cause trouble, make we leave this matter for another day. I know what the truth is, and you know what the truth is. Sure. And you know, this thing got very, but you know, day Bongoli when the fight starts and when the fight reach one level.
I hear that. I hear about that.
You understand?
I hear about that.
One level because at the point they were now circulating lies about me, and I fought back, and it got very messy. But at the end of it,
be careful. Like they said so many bad things. Lies.
They said Bongoli. They said things like the only property I own in Nigeria is my convertible. I can take it to my garage now, this night. No need for
Daddy Freeze, no need. Daddy Freeze, no need. Daddy Freeze, a lot of people don't know that in 2008, me and you were on the same flight to the UK. I was still a small boy then. That's 2008. That day, let me tell you what happened that day. That day, all of us from Nigeria, we were on one line with our passport. Even Daddy Freeze's manager or something like that, we were carrying green passports. Only Daddy Freeze. I see Daddy Freeze, he leave all of us for line. Daddy Freeze go there, just drop a passport. Then he was now waiting for his friend. I say, which kind of level be this? One of our professors in Unilag, our own daughter too was on the flight too. I was, young. I didn't really know what was going on. I was young and all that stuff. My dad only said that you are flying through Gatwick. You walk, you retire. Like you walk and walk and walk and walk in the airport. That's the only thing. And then I saw two of them. I was like, what's going on? But I saw that their passport was kind of like brown, ox blood. You see that? I was so excited. I still have that picture with of Daddy Freeze. It's somewhere in my archive. I was like, let me take a picture with Daddy Freeze. He needed to see me. I was looking so hungry. Good.
You know, say one day I'm going to look for you to bring to my life to come and talk about politics. Anyway, guys, lovely hanging out with you. Thank you so much. Once again, to our abroad family, we can agree and disagree and quarrel, but we need to understand, I've come to realize that the very hard way, that abroad conversations can be very sensitive. So I touch them with very careful gloves, so people will not feel disrespected. And I need to also say this, my biggest customers are abroad. My biggest customers are abroad. Most of the people that can afford to pay 1 million naira for 1 hour interview, they are abroad because they are changing the money to dollars. But let me tell you, and I said this in the afternoon because I watched some live video, or someone sent me some live video where some people were saying, hey, we are the ones that go and watch Daddy Freeze, like we are the ones that pay Daddy Freeze money to bring him on his live, and they were making a lot of mouth. And I came to clear that earlier on. Anybody that's come to Daddy Freeze live more than twice, and you paid 1 million, it is now 1.5 million, but then it was 1 million, and you paid 1 million more than twice.
Daddy Freeze, I didn't see dollar rate.
Hold on, bros. And you paid 1 million more than twice. You cannot say you are dashing Daddy Freeze money. There's some value you are getting from Daddy Freeze live that you are coming back for. And there is nobody that has ever spent 2 million naira on my platform and made 2 million naira back. I have testimonies of people that spent 1 million naira and made $70,000. 1 million naira, $40,000. 1 million naira, $30-something thousand. That's why they keep coming back. So that whole narrative that we are giving Daddy Freeze money, no. Let me correct you. You are giving Daddy Freeze money, and Daddy Freeze is multiplying it for you in a way you could not have multiplied it by yourself. That's why you came back 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. If something no pay you, if you manage to go back there the second time, the moment you are going back the third time, you get what you find there. So that's because one thing with me is I correct narratives. You can say whatever you want to say. Any day you say something that is not true or partially true, and my name is in the mix, especially when you say it in a derogatory way, anybody online that has patronized my services and has dashed me money, whatever you patronize and whatever you dashed, you made 10 times more. I put it to you today. You made 10 times more. That's why y'all kept coming back. I have no disrespect for my customers and those who have come and those who have who continue to come. It's no problem. But please be mindful. And let me tell you what I tell all my customers, whether you like to hear it or not. You cannot come to my page without having my disclaimer. Why? Because if Bongoli comes, as much as I know Bongoli says, Daddy Freeze, please, I want to be sending computer to Nigeria. I want to be selling computer. When Bongoli is done with his interview, I will say, any business done on Daddy Freeze live with whoever Daddy Freeze brings is done at your own risk. Let me tell you, that thing has reduced my customers by half. Because people want me to bear legal liability for them. And I don't know. Imagine I bring you live, you pay me 1 million, you come make $70,000. somebody come the shout, say, I met this person on Daddy Freeze live, and I gave him $70,000. How many 1 million I go put together with enter $75,000? So a lot of people stopped using my services because I refused to not put disclaimers. I can tell you at least 10 different people that have come, that fees, I'm coming back. This is that. Brother, always be mindful that I will put my disclaimer. I will insert it somewhere. Any business you do it at your own risk. You cannot tell me because you are paying me 1 million naira, 1.5 million naira, that I should take liability for a 500 million naira bill. So, okay, you pay me 1 million naira, you can't lost person 500 million, or person 500 million lost. How many 1 million I want gather will go enter 500 million? So, not be everything be money. So all those people saying they dash Daddy Freeze money, they dash Daddy Freeze money, Daddy Freeze has rules. Daddy Freeze does not give discounts. Ask anybody that's ever come to my life. I don't give even 2% discount. Never. So for you to come to a platform that refuses to give you discount and come, you get waiting you they find there. So in as much as you are saying, oh yes, oh I do endorsements, but even the endorsements still get discount, and the endorsement at 20 million naira. I can send you my rates now. Anything the way I go stand, I will say me, Daddy Freeze, they use that product starts at 7.5 million all the way down to 20 million. Is there my rates?
Yeah,
so,
send me your rates before Daddy Freeze.
When
not
you
yet
come back,
when
you come and you take shots at me, I would clear the air. There's nobody that has come to my platform more than 3 times and continues to come that did not make times 10 what they were making investing. May we clear them. May we clear them. Thank you so much, ZS. This ZS is so sweet. DF, God's grace sufficient for us all. We're all trying to survive in this life. God bless us all. I learned from your platform, more grace. Good night. Good night to everybody. I think she's the one that is finally telling us that it's time to go to bed. God bless.
Good night.
Take care.
Very much. I love everybody.
People, me and Bongoli are not fighting with you. We just have polarizing opinions. And going forward, because you people are my customers, when it comes to you people, I will tone down my rhetorics and I'll tone down my opinions regarding you people as a gesture of respect, since you are my customers. However, also learn to appreciate the platform. I come, why do you think it's 3 a.m. in Nigeria? Why am I online now? This is for a broad audience. I come online during the day for Nigerian audience. This time I should be in my bed sleeping. I should be sleeping, resting, getting ready for another day. But I'm here live till 3 a.m. Why is that? Just to create content for my abroad people, and also to create an opportunity for my abroad people to come together and bond. We have a whole abroad family. You guys know what I'm talking about. So you also need to appreciate that. We are creating entertainment for you. We are creating an opportunity for you to be heard. All that is done for you. So abroad people also appreciate it. And like I said earlier on, if you've used my platform before and you have been blessed by the platform because of the money you made, don't go around and badmouth my platform, because I don't badmouth my customers. Don't go and badmouth my platform. If you don't want use my platform, no problem. The people we want to use have not run out of them. They are lining up. And anybody that comes to my platform, you get that disclaimer straight away. If you don't like disclaimers, please don't come to my platform. No vex. I know if you carry your liability. And I've learned the hard way that when you endorse a message, if anything goes wrong, now you they go call. I'll tell you one story. There was one lady I brought to my platform at a point. Now, so one guy called. Waiting saved me, be saying, this guy say, do you trust this lady? I just gave him disclaimer. Inside that, he still dragged me, go the whole blog. He still dragged, despite the fact that I gave disclaimer. Imagine I did not give disclaimer. Now me for pay the guy the money back. Despite. So Do you know how many people will come and say, oh, I met this Bengali on your live. Can I do business with him? My response is always
don't do business with him.
My response is always a disclaimer. Business you do is at your own risk, especially financial decisions. So, guys,
I'm not doing business. I'm not a business person. I'm not business inclined.
Example.
Yeah.
So please, guys,
I'm not business inclined.
That will always be a standard. And forget about anything. We are not struggling. Of course, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your patronage. But also remember that we are also trying to do well on our own, so that we don't. That's why we don't come and what we do is we sell the stars and the gifts that TikTok put there to be sold. Why did TikTok put it there? Why did Facebook put it there? It's for us to advertise it so we get more traffic on our pages. So thank you guys so much. God bless.
Thank you very much, Daddy.
See you all.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.